Witcher is a series of books, it's a series of video games, it's a series on Netflix, but we're not gonna talk about that because Witcher also happens to be a black metal band. This one is from Hungary and it's here with a reissue. This one is something like Néma gyász. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it, but that's there is. But before moving on, this one is a reissue with a bonus track. Let's take a look a closer one that is. This one seems to include some kind of flyers, I guess, and obviously the CD and the booklet. Inside you will find, of course, this inlay, but curiously enough, what makes this Filosofem Records interesting, this reissue that is, this one features sticker on the cover, so it's not a jewel case with the print, nor it is a booklet with that logo printed, but more like a sticker. And as you can see, this one is Hungarian witching black metal since 2010. So been here for a while already and quite a few releases. We'll take a closer look to the discography in a little bit. This one is out on 28th of November, so only one day after this video. And in case not all the links are working at the moment, well, rest assured they will be later on updated. And this is how the band lineup seemed to be back in the days. And as you can see, here is this updated track list. So this number 5 here is a bonus track which takes this album, now more than 40 minutes in total. The original length is, I guess, something less than 30 minutes because originally being a EP release or a mini release of some sort. Nice looking work in my opinion. Good feeling with this, even though if these colors are a little bit dark. And this version came with a sticker saying 10 years of witching black metal. Goes to my kid, that is. And then we have these Filosofem Records, well, flyer. Oh, and the band was kind enough to send me a copy with a shirt. I'm just here showing it to you. Thanks. So in case you just happen to be a fan of the band and liking their music, well, these kind of shirts are also available. Let's see if it fits. You never know unless you try, that is. And yeah, not too much fat with these buddies just yet. Alright, let's go to the Metal Archive site, so I'll give you a little bit of something to show while I'm telling a little bit of this music. So as you can see, this one has the history spanning 10 years, and originally a couple of demos out, 10 EP, a couple of splits, and then full-length albums. And I actually featured one of the previous releases already in the channel previously, so the band and I had a little bit of contact already, and they were kind enough to ask if I wanted to review this reissue called Néma gyász. Like I said, I really don't know how to pronounce it. And here it shows 27 minutes, but with this bonus track, which is not yet listed here by Filosofem, it's more than 40 minutes, so it's even more worth your money. And as you can see, not the other versions is not listing this one, so it's only featuring this old cover right here. Now, music is described here on Metal Archives pretty accurately, in my opinion anyway, because it said atmospheric black metal, and that is exactly what's going on here, my friends. This is very, very atmospheric, kind of a beautiful, but also kind of a dark and a little bit melancholic black metal as well. Synths are dominating a lot here, the music, which means that it's just not so guitar and riff driven as so many other black metal bands out there. And in my opinion, the synths are done rather nicely. They're not groundbreaking or anything, more like 1990s feeling with a little bit of a Dungeon synth sound, if you will. But they fit the music perfectly. They're creating this whole different layer around the music. It's like a wrapping of sorts. So it very much plays nicely hand in hand with the music. Now, The riffs, then again, are not exactly anything memorable, and that is one of the minor flaws on the album. I mean, this is one of those albums which you kind of think about when we're talking about the atmosphere. You're just saying like, yeah, I kind of like it because it's dark and, this moody stuff. But you really don't go saying like, hey, with that track, there's this riff and that part or guitar lead, going on. So it's more like very well balanced in the terms of atmosphere, but it's not exactly the type of hit album, if you know what I mean. Now, when we're talking about the production, it's solid, but nothing special as such. It's just some of those, not exactly homemade recording feeling, but kind of a basic when we're talking about less known bands. That is, bands that are not huge, big, and going to major studios, but just something that totally fits the music here, but really wouldn't hurt if it was even more hi-fi, if you will. I mean, it wouldn't ruin anything, because this is definitely not about being raw and primitive, but more about creating this nice layer of music. I don't know what to choose here. The similar artist stuff, not much. Summoning is mentioned here, which I guess is kind of a safe bet. And I would also say this would remind me of Swedish one-man band Hermother. So in case you're familiar with those, but not Witcher, you at least have some guidelines where to go to. So a lot of synths, a lot of good feeling and atmosphere, but it's not happy tunes. It's more about melancholic and dark. Kind of an entry-level black metal in terms of being not so violent, not so aggressive, not too fast or anything like that. So easy to get into, but it wouldn't hurt if there was even more memorable parts, be it riffs or guitar leads or whatever. Overall, quite nice a release, which in my opinion definitely deserves its reissue version. So in case you haven't heard the band, go take a look. There's at least some links mentioned here on the Metal Archives, which I will include in the description box after I'm done with the video. So clickety-click, and in case they're not updated just today when you're watching this, come back the day after and they should be up to date. And at least I was told by the band member that this should be also on YouTube later on, that is starting off 28th of November 2020. So enjoy some Witcher, and in case you happen to like the band, go for shirts. They sent me previous shirt as well, which was also nice looking, and well, this looks good on me too as well, I think at least. Anyway, should you have questions or comments, put them on the comments box below and I will get back to you. Meanwhile, take care and enjoy some Witcher.